The most extra, novel-length nurse's notes ever written. Because
you have been charting for hours. Is that a novel? I just chart everything, just in case.
If it's not charted, it didn't happen.
shift narrative/nursing progress note, unnecessarily thorough edition. 7 a.m. Assumed care of patient. Patient observed to be awake, alert, oriented X3, and already pressing call light, just to see if it works. Call light confirmed functional. Patient satisfied. For now. 7:10 a.m. Initial assessment completed. Patient states, I didn't sleep at all, despite nursing assistant reporting patient snoring loudly enough to be heard at the nurse's station since 0200. Patient denies snoring. Assessment inconclusive. 7:15 a.m. Vital signs obtained. BP slightly elevated. Patient reports this is because I saw you coming with that machine. Provided emotional support and reassurance that blood pressure cuff does not hold personal grudges. 7:20 a.m. Patient requested water. Provided water. Patient then requested a different cup because
this cup tastes like hospital.
New cup provided. Water still tastes like hospital. Patient disappointed but hydrated. 7:30 a.m. Medications administered per March. Patient asked what each medication was for, then stated
I don't take that many pills.
Education provided that patient also does not have 3 IV pumps at home. Patient agreed. 7:45 a.m. Patient's family member arrived with strong perfume detectable from approximately 3 hallways away. Patient stated it was nice to smell something other than disinfectant. Nurse now has a headache. 8 a.m. Call light activated. Patient requested blanket. Blanket provided. Patient then requested blanket be folded differently. Blanket refolds. Patient stated it was too tucked. Blanket untucked. Patient fell asleep immediately. 8:30 a.m. Patient asleep. Call light activated from sleep. Patient unsure why they pressed it. Call light reset. Patient apologized and stated, I do that at home too. 9 a.m. Physician rounded. Patient suddenly remembered 17 concerns not mentioned earlier, including one symptom that started back in 1998. All concerns addressed. Physician exited room visibly older. 9:30 a.m. Patient requested pain medication, rating pain 10/10 while scrolling on phone and laughing at TikTok videos. Pain medication administered per order. Pain later reported as maybe a 6 or a 12 depends. 10 a.m. Patient requested to use restroom. Assisted to bathroom. Patient stated they no longer had to go once inside bathroom. Returned to bed. 2 minutes later, patient requested restroom again. 10:30 a.m. Patient eating breakfast. Complained eggs were too eggy. Education provided regarding eggs.
11 a.m. IV pump alarmed. IV assessed.
Line patent. Pump determined to be screaming for attention, not because of an actual issue. Alarm resolved. 11:30 a.m. Patient asked nurse how much longer until discharge. Nurse explained discharge depends on labs, imaging, physician decision, alignment of planets, and overall fate. Patient nodded in understanding, then asked again. 12 p.m. Lunch arrived. Patient requested tray be moved closer. Tray moved closer. Patient requested tray be moved farther. Tray moved farther. Patient ate 2 bites and stated they were not really hungry. 12:30 p.m. Family member pressed call light to ask for update. Update provided. 5 minutes later, different family member pressed call light to ask same questions. Update repeated with identical wording. 1 p.m. Patient stated IV was beeping again. IV pump silent at time of assessment. Patient clarified they were referring to earlier beep from this morning. Nurse acknowledged historical beep. 2 p.m. Patient napped. Nurse attempted charting. Interrupted by call light. 2:15 p.m. Call light. Patient requested socks. Socks provided. Patient already wearing socks. 3 p.m. Patient stated nurse is their favorite one today. Nurse documented this for legal protection. 4 p.m. End of shift vitals obtained. Patient asked if nurse was leaving forever. Nurse clarified shift change concept. Patient expressed sadness, but understanding. 4:30 p.m. Shift handoff completed. Patient stable, resting, call light within reach, needs anticipated, snacks provided, blanket positioned exactly as requested earlier, probably. End of shift. No nurses were harmed in the making of this documentation. P.S. My shift was supposed to end at 3:30 p.m., but the documentation had 47 chapters, an appendix, and a legally binding epilogue. Also, I, including 20 other nurses, got trapped in a nursing in service explaining something I've known since nursing school in 2009, just because one person made a boo-boo.
Now, this part of the stethoscope is crucial for listening to heartbeats. Pay attention, everyone!
So yes, that means I only have enough time to pass out in bed by the time I get home.